All right, hello YouTube. I'm back again, and today's video, the theme and the title is practice and potential: the importance of putting in the work. So in this video, I'm going to be focusing on how that relates to my life, as well as just some ideals that I've learned while practicing things that I've been passionate about, or things that I've been doing to, get myself together. Okay. So first, I'm going to talk about rap and poetry and just written expression, because this is something that I've been doing for a long time. Just writing in general, it's been a skill that I've had since the beginning of school, like my earliest years memory, pretty much. So it's developed at times into me writing stories. I used to write like fan fiction, like Transformers, when I was in middle school, and then there was always like writing for school for assignments and stuff. But then, as like a hobby and a passion, it started developing poetry around like middle school years. My earliest like memories of writing like anything rap wise is go back to like being 9 years old. When I was 9, I wrote to just like a couple of Drake instrumentals, like the song Over. That's from like 2009, 2010. And yeah, I would just write to those beats and just act like I was Drake, kind of. And then later on, it would start kind of manifesting itself here and there. Like I wrote like a rap for like the pep rally in middle school before, and but then it started getting serious in high school. When I was around 15, 16, it was like sophomore year, I wrote this one joke rap, and it was I was writing a rap as if I was a teacher. It was our economics teacher, and then like that got some good like reception amongst my friends, and they were telling me that it was like really good, and that yeah, like I was just that response surprised me, and it was just like, oh really? I had never shared that with anybody, so I didn't know that I had gotten good at that, or that I was good at it. So then after that, I started writing when I was 16. Definitely just started jotting down feelings, jotting down just in the form of poetry and rap. And I was inspired a lot by, especially by Earl Sweatshirt, as well as Kendrick Lamar, because I started getting to them in that year as well. And then after that, I just started spiraling into just a love for hip hop, and just like the music and talent of rap, and getting better at it. And what was very important in that was just constantly doing it and putting in the time and the work into just perfecting it, I guess, even though there's never going to be a time where I perfected it, but I guess, for lack of a better word, perfecting it. And I would also focus on certain skills as well that I wanted to get better at, like rhyming words. I would, because there's this thing called rhyme logs where I can show, there'd be an entire page of just me rhyming like certain words or phrases of syllables all together. And just to show you, this is from the first rap notebook I've ever started, which was in high school. And going to find the page. Here we go. Right here. Start off with one phrase. It's Latter-day Saint, and then just rhyme as much as I could, because I had seen the ideas of it on like YouTube videos of like rap tutorials and different skills of rap. So Latter-day Saint, splatter my paint, tattered and draped, spat till I faint, crash into chase, mad cause I hate, and so on and so forth. that was just one of the skills that I would develop in rapping to help get better, because I loved it so much that I wanted to just see how many aspects of it I could master. And then um, there would be nights after school where I would just maybe I'd do some homework, and then I would just go straight to rapping. I would go to that desk right there at night, and I would play beats, and I would just write. I would just write whatever came to mind, and I would write. Like, I didn't stress what I wrote. It was writing in general, because that helped me to write to beats, and it helped me to fit what I was going to say to a beat better. And it's because of that, like, constantly I did that for several days, just writing to random beats I could find that I liked, because it helped with my flow. It helped like my cadence to fit on a beat better. And that's very important as well, like making what you say fit to the beat, because you should have something important to say, but also if it doesn't flow well on a beat, it's not gonna catch. It's not gonna have that same effect. It's not gonna make people have that bob when they listen to rap music or things like that. And it's not impressive too. So that was also something that helped. Back to my notes. And what another thing is, I was passionate about this. There was a time where for a few months I had just stopped. I didn't come back to it. I didn't feel inspired. I was just living, just going, from emotion to emotion. And I came back to it. As always, I would come back to writing, whether it was like writing in my journal or writing raps or something. I had to write. I couldn't just stay away from it forever. Even if it was for a long time, there would be something pent up over time, or something that I had to just express creatively. So I would come back to that. And that's when I knew that I had to just keep going. I had to just keep doing it no matter what. And that got me to where I am today. So now here we come to the potential part of the video. There was always that skill. There was always the skill and the potential that I had and have as a writer and rapper, but I had to practice. I had to constantly do. I had to constantly do no matter what. Even if I had writer's block or something, I'd just write what I feel. Just write until it sounds good. Just write. Just keep doing. Keep producing output, because there's no other way. There's really no other way to get better. There's really no other way to show expertise or to have a catalog of anything for people to witness what you've become. You can't, if you don't have output, you can't get better, So even though it was in private, even though it was more to myself and for myself, that was still an example of practice, and regardless of potential. So a message I want to just give out: potential is good, because you want to have skill and naturalness. You want to go towards what you're good at, but you have to put in the work as well. You can't just be good at something. Being good at something, if you have a genuine desire to take that to another level or to do something bigger with it, you can't just leave it as something you're good at. If something is just a hobby, then that's fine. You have the right to do that. But with rap, I wanted to get better. I wanted to be able to write songs. I wanted to be able to sound good. I wanted to be able to be proud of myself. So I developed that habit of just writing into beats and writing what I felt or writing what came to my head regardless, because it just helped me to keep going, because you can't just wait on inspiration all the time. Inspiration happens at random moments, especially if you're a creative person, an artistic individual, then it's going to happen at random moments, but it's never 100%, and it's never going to always happen. It's never going to always come to you. So you have to build those habits, and you have to follow those habits, and you have to be like a machine. You can't just wait for it to come to you. It's not going to come to you all the time, and you just got to force yourself to do it. And then just potential, the message is just potential is one thing, but practice is another. Practice is the most important out of potential, because someone with the potential or with the skills who just sits on it is going to sit on it. They're not going to get anywhere. And that person who puts in the work is always going to get ahead. They're always going to get to that higher level. They're always going to be admired. They're always going to be this, that. They're going to reap more benefits and returns from their labor than someone who just sat there. So for people who are naturally like gifted at things, or like people who possess intelligence, I've experienced this in school too, where I haven't got as far as I could have, or haven't worked as hard and to reap the benefits of just good grades or things like that, or just my personal standards, my own personal standards weren't being fulfilled, or going beyond what I even knew doing, because it was just so easy. And I figured, why not just coast by? I'm doing better than other people anyway, right? You can't have that attitude if you want to get somewhere. It's not productive and it's not mature, because ultimately you're just gonna suffer knowing that you didn't do at the end of the day, and you're gonna have that regret. So that's my message. Practice and potential. Practice towards what you're potentially good at, even what you're not potentially good at. But put in the work. Put in the work, or you won't see any sort of benefits. That's how you make a dream a reality. And that's it.